Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I want to switch gears here a little bit and talk about some of the great things that our club is doing and working with the young people in our community and getting the word out to them of what Rotary does, who Rotary is, and giving them opportunities to give back to the community. You should be very proud of some of the activities that we do, and I'm going to take a couple minutes to go through some of those things, starting with our Interact clubs in our 3 high schools. And just to give a shout out to Ash, who works with the Scioto group, Raj, who works with the Jerome group, and Claudia, who works with the Kaufman group. These groups are coming together with a lot of kids doing service activities for all of us within the community, and giving them a taste of what it's like and a chance to give back to the community. We've also been able to expand that actually to the college level, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But to give you an idea about what some of the kids in the high schools are doing right now, they participated with the bell ringing. We saw that in December, where they actually took one of the Saturdays and split that out for Salvation Army and the bell ringing for that. Also working with Mobile Canteen. They've spent a lot of time spending time with that activity as well. And all high schools right now are doing a fundraiser for St. Jude's and giving back there. Our club dollars go to help support and pay for some of the actual school advisors who work with this committee. And I know all of us appreciate that, because that's less money that comes out of the school budget actually, and goes towards helping these kids and giving these kids these opportunities and keeping them going with this. Kaufman volunteers also work with Food Pantry and have done a lot of things with some of our nursing homes in the area. So very active, giving them kind of the opportunity to get started in some of these activities that they wouldn't otherwise. And one of the initiatives that actually Claudia brought forward about 2 years ago was, where do the kids go after high school? And working with Interact, open the doors to Rotaract. And you might have heard us talk about that for a little bit. We've partnered with the OSU Rotaract Club. Greg Gleaves from our club is actually heading that up, who's here today, and has been a really good facilitator between our club and theirs. The OSU Rotaract Club, there's about 40 members, all OSU students, who are doing the same kind of activities they're doing in the high school level, just expanded onto the college level. There's about 40 kids who are involved in this at OSU. Our club, as well as the Columbus Rotary, actually the Columbus Rotary sponsored them, but work with them, partner with them to provide services and to work with them, getting an idea again of contributing to the community. Our club actually contributed $450 this year for Cocoa to Kids, which will be a fundraiser they're doing in April, which will be sending kids with cancer to camp this summer. So we will be one of the sponsors for that. But this is another way that college students then are getting that active involvement with community service, and then will lead on to Rotary when they're in the working world and doing things there, and they have a taste of what we do. So Rotaract, again, 40 students. They also have done things with the Ronald McDonald House, and Schottenstein Cleanup and some things like that, but getting involved in the community. And again, we appreciate all of Greg's efforts, because that's been a lot of time just opening the door and facilitating that. I want to talk a little bit about Rotary Youth Exchange, and that's been something that just over the last 3 years actually, our club has sponsored 7 students, all of which up until this year were short-term exchange students, going to Spain, going to Yugoslavia, possibly this summer going to Ecuador, going to France, going to Japan, for short-term exchange periods. About 6 weeks they go, and what a great learning experience that is for them. This year, we have 2 students our club is sponsoring who will actually be doing a long-term exchange for the first time. So they will be almost a year immersed in another culture, and that's something we're very proud of. We work very closely with the Westerville group, as they are the ones who kind of lead the charge as far as the preparation. It's a year-long planning program before the kids even go. But we've also been involved with that, not only encouraging kids in the community to get involved in this, because we do 3 different programs at all 3 of our high schools introducing this program to the kids, but then they go through a year-long training session. Our club, the last 2 years, well, not this year, but the last 2 years has sponsored a weekend. It's been in March, where the students come here. We've rented the rec center, and the kids have gone through we've actually worked with Meals on Wheels. Last year I got to participate in that too, where the kids went and spent the day with Meals on Wheels, as well as then doing leadership activities. Previous years, they actually walked in the St. Patty's Day Parade and just get a feel for some of the activities within our Dublin community. So kind of all of the kids who are going from every school within the district come together for a couple days here in Dublin, and that's been pretty exciting actually to get them together for that. But again, 7 students, 2 this year, both long-term, and looking forward to hearing from both of them. They will both be at a club meeting in June or July.
June 21st.
June 21st, just to let us know actually where they're going to be going, because they will know that. They find that out in April. And actually what their experience has been through these weekend activities leading up to that. And then hopefully we'll get to hear from them too when they return and let us know how their trip was and what they did. So very excited about that, and that's been a really strong program. Also, just want to note too, one of the students who we are sponsoring this year, her mother actually participated in this when she was in high school. So she will be coming to a meeting too, because she's also interested in learning more about Rotary again. So that's good. Again, opening doors that hadn't been opened before. Talk a little bit about Rotary Youth Leadership. It's a camp. Actually, it's a 3-day seminar that happens every July. The last 2 years it's happened at Ohio University. This year it's going to be at Otterbein, and our club sponsors 2 students from Dublin schools. We have sponsored one from Kaufman and one from Jerome. The Dublin Worthington group sponsors a student from Scioto. But these students go for a 3-day leadership conference. Our own Amy Snow actually has been a facilitator for this conference and has gone the last 2 years. But again, it's Rotary Youth, it's leadership skills coming together and spending time not only learning about, again, what we do in Rotary, but how they can apply that into the real world. So that's exciting too. We've got 2 students last year, Susanna Strange and Tyler Ifford. And before that, Kyle Rittenbach and Emily Sherrick, who actually have been to our club meetings before. So we will be looking for 2 more students to go this year, and that application process will be happening during the month of April, so we can have them named by the beginning of May. And finally, I also want to talk about the Ethics 4-Way Test, which is another contest our club sponsors every March, with the winner going on to the district conference in April. And what this is the 4-Way Test, which we've got posted over here. We have 2 of our high schools at Jerome and Scioto, where our English teachers in 2 of those buildings have built this program into their curriculum. So the students are all doing speeches on the 4-Way Test and a social issue, and how they can apply the 4-Way Test to an issue, and do a 5-minute speech, all memorization, presented to us. We had 10 participants last year from both Scioto and Jerome High School, who then we picked a winner, and they went on to represent our club at the district conference in April. It is truly great, and I will get the word out again this year when we will be judging that. I know Dave Holliday, we've had other members who stepped up and helped us judge that. It's great to hear that you can't believe what they're talking about and just how knowledgeable they become. And to have it memorized, 5-minute speech where we have, as a judge, you've got the speech, and you're marking word for word how close they get to that, and go on then to represent our club. And then when they do represent the club, there are about 25 students who participate then at the district participation, or at the district contest, each representing a different club, and they truly do a great job. We've not had a student placed in the top 3 yet, but this year I'm sure will be the year that we see that change. So that's a brief snapshot of some of the things that we're doing in the community with our young people right now, and you should be really proud of some of the things that they're doing, and we'll continue to update you and make you aware when different contests are coming up so that you have the opportunity to participate either through judge or just going and seeing what they're doing, because it's just a lot of fun and very makes you feel real good about what's ahead for us. So that was it.